Hello and welcome to English Beyond Words, your home for listening, practicing, and mastering English at a comfortable, steady pace. I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. In this lesson, I speak with clarity. I choose words that are easy to understand. And I give you time to repeat, to shadow, and to strengthen your speaking skills one step at a time. Today's focus is learning how to express your daily activities in English. Not just basic phrases, but complete thoughts and expressions. What activities fill your morning hours? How do you spend your afternoon? What does your nighttime routine look like? When this lesson ends, you'll have the ability to describe your entire day using natural, confident English sentences. Let's get started. Why should you practice describing your daily life in English? The answer is simple. Your daily life is familiar territory. It's something you experience every single day. You already understand it deeply. There's no need to hunt for complicated vocabulary or complex ideas. You don't need to discuss ancient civilizations, advanced mathematics, or international affairs. You simply need to express your own experience. You can mention the time you open your eyes each morning. You can describe the food you prepare for your first meal. You can explain whether you head to your workplace or remain at home. You can share your emotions, energized, overwhelmed, content, or peaceful. And here's what makes this approach so valuable. When you talk about your personal routine, you're using practical English. Functional English. English that connects you with others in everyday situations. Perfection isn't required. Effort is what counts. As you describe your daily activities, something wonderful happens. You start processing thoughts directly in English. You develop more natural speech patterns. You construct full, meaningful sentences. Mental translation gradually fades away. And your speaking confidence grows stronger. Let me give you a practical scenario. Picture yourself connecting with a new acquaintance. They ask you, "How was your day?" If you've practiced describing your routine beforehand, you'll have an answer ready. You might respond, "I got up around 8 this morning. I headed to my job. I enjoyed some tea and responded to work messages. Later that evening, I prepared a meal and relaxed with a show." That's genuine conversation right there. That's authentic communication. And achieving this should be your aim. Even when you're by yourself. Even when there's no classroom environment. Even when speaking feels intimidating. You can still develop your English by narrating your daily activities. So when you're uncertain what to practice, begin with familiar territory. How did my day unfold? When did I start my day? What meals did I have? Which places did I visit? How did I spend my evening hours? These questions serve you well. They activate your vocabulary memory. They establish solid English speaking patterns. They train you to form complete thoughts without anxiety. You can practice this at sunrise while reflecting on yesterday. You can do this at sunset while processing today's events. You could even record your voice and play it back later. The essential principle is maintaining simplicity. Apply the English knowledge you already possess. Don't let errors hold you back. Just begin speaking. And with continued practice, everything becomes more effortless. A single sentence this afternoon. 2 sentences by tomorrow. an entire narrative by next week. So today, we're developing that ability together. Gradually and steadily. Phrase by phrase. One authentic sentence at a time. All right. Let's begin with the start of each day, the morning hours. Morning time plays a crucial role in your daily rhythm. It influences your mindset. It provides you with vitality. And it creates an excellent opportunity to engage with English, even briefly. Now, let's practice some fundamental morning expressions together. Echo each one at a comfortable speed, using the shadowing technique. Here we go. I typically open my eyes around 7 in the morning. Your turn to repeat. On some days, I rise earlier, close to 6:45, especially when my schedule is packed. Your turn to repeat. When I go to bed late, I notice I'm exhausted the following morning. I remain under the covers briefly while mentally preparing for what's ahead. I enjoy taking a slow, deep inhale and extending my body. After that, I gradually sit upright and stand from my bed. I head toward the bathroom and clean my teeth. I brush thoroughly and gently for about 2 minutes. Next, I splash my face with cool water. This really wakes me up. On certain mornings, I take a fast shower, particularly when I'm feeling drowsy. During my shower, I enjoy playing gentle background music or practicing my English listening. Once I finish showering, I towel off and select my outfit. I choose clothing that's both fresh and easy to wear. On casual days, I go with denim pants and a simple shirt. When I have professional commitments or important appointments, I select more polished attire. Following that, I enter the kitchen area and start preparing my morning meal. My typical breakfast includes basic items like bread slices, cooked eggs, and fresh fruit pieces. On other occasions, I have grain flakes with dairy and a ripe banana. When time permits, I prepare a folded egg dish or warm grain porridge. I prefer eating at an unhurried pace so every bite is enjoyable. Coffee is my preferred morning beverage most days. Occasionally, I choose herbal tea because it tastes refreshing and gentle. During my meal, I might watch a brief online clip or scan current headlines. On other mornings, I simply appreciate the silence and notice the sounds of nature outdoors. Before departing from my home, I glance at my mobile device. I verify the current time and scan through any incoming communications. I review my schedule application to confirm whether I have any planned obligations or appointments. I organize my carrying bag with all necessary items. My mobile device, writing pad, house keys, and drinking container. Following that, I slip on my footwear and exit through the doorway. All right, let's practice shadowing a narrative, describing my morning sequence. In this segment, I'll share a brief story about how my morning unfolds. You can listen first, then echo each sentence back. Feel free to pause after every line to repeat it at your own pace. Are you prepared? Let's start now. Each morning, I generally wake up sometime around 7 o'clock. There are days when I wake earlier if my task list is especially long. I stay resting in bed briefly while contemplating what the day will bring. I extend my limbs, release a small yawn, and carefully rise to my feet. Afterwards, I make my way to the bathroom and spend 2 complete minutes brushing my teeth. Once that's done, I rinse my face using chilled water. This genuinely helps shake off any remaining sleepiness. If I'm still feeling groggy, I step into a comforting shower. I frequently play soothing audio while bathing. This creates a sense of tranquility and mental clarity. After bathing, I dress in fresh clothing and glance at my appearance in the reflective surface. Then, I proceed into the kitchen space and begin preparing my breakfast. My usual choice is 2 toasted bread slices with spread and preserve. And sometimes I include a cooked egg prepared in boiling water. I consume a generous mug of coffee. This morning ritual is extremely significant to me. While having my meal, I position myself near the glass opening and observe the outside view. On some mornings, I detect the melodies of birds, and I treasure these calm instances. Before exiting my residence, I examine my handheld device. I note the hour, review my task inventory, and examine my daily agenda. Then, I arrange my carrying case. I ensure everything is present. My communication device, my payment holder, my recording notebook, and occasionally some portable food. At last, I wear my outer garment and footwear, pull open the entrance, and move outside to commence my day. Alright, let's practice several concluding sentences together. Once more, you can echo immediately after hearing me. Each morning brings slight variations, but I maintain a consistent beneficial pattern. When I incorporate English into my morning start, my concentration improves. I feel satisfied with how far I've come, and I'll continue advancing. Now, let's transition to the afternoon, the central portion of the day. Most individuals experience busy afternoon hours. Some individuals attend their workplace. Some attend educational institutions. Some remain in their homes managing household responsibilities or family needs. Regardless of your activities, afternoon time offers excellent opportunities for English practice. Even during hectic periods, you can still listen, repeat, and train your skills. Even if it's only 5 to 10 minutes. Let's explore some frequently used sentences together. Try echoing after me using slow, clear pronunciation. Following my midday meal, I return to my work tasks. Occasionally, I experience slight drowsiness after consuming food. I open my electronic correspondence and address the most urgent ones initially. I frequently review communications from colleagues or fellow students. My afternoon typically includes 1 or possibly 2 scheduled discussions. Sometimes I connect with a customer or supervisor to review various responsibilities. When I perform work from my residence, I settle at my workspace and activate my portable computer. I compose written reports or develop visual presentations. I also examine my scheduling tool to identify upcoming requirements. I prefer maintaining my workspace in an orderly, uncluttered state. This supports clearer thinking processes. I generally pause for a brief rest period around 3 in the afternoon. I prepare a warm beverage or consume plain water. Sometimes I consume a light snack item, such as fresh produce or a crisp baked treat. When my schedule allows, I take a brief outdoor stroll to experience fresh atmosphere. Even 10 minutes in the open air enhances my well-being. During pleasant weather conditions, I walk around my neighborhood or relax under sunlight. During available afternoon time, I engage with English learning. Sometimes I listen to audio programs while walking. At other times, I browse a brief article or narrative on the internet. I also view slow-paced English video content to develop listening comprehension. I vocalize brief expressions allowed to train my speaking ability. Shadowing techniques help me achieve greater fluency and pronunciation clarity. Before concluding my work period, I document my completed activities. This practice keeps me structured and prepared for upcoming days. Occasionally, I record one unfamiliar word I discovered today. I make it a habit to review my English study notebook before finishing for the day. I'll now share a narrative about my typical afternoon. You can listen, pause whenever needed, and repeat following my voice. Try matching my speaking rhythm and vocal tone. This represents an excellent shadowing and learning method. After finishing my midday meal, I usually return to my work area to continue my tasks. I scan my electronic messages and create an activity list for the remaining afternoon. I frequently participate in a video conference with my colleagues. We discuss our morning accomplishments and outline our next steps. These discussions usually last briefly, approximately 30 minutes. Following the conference, I allow myself a short intermission. I move to the kitchen space and prepare a warm tea beverage or dark coffee. I sip slowly while standing beside the window frame. On some occasions, I venture outdoors for some refreshing air. When time is available, I dedicate it to English study activities. I typically listen to audio programs similar to this one, or browse a brief story. Sometimes, I watch video content featuring speakers with deliberate pacing. I stop the video periodically and echo the spoken sentences. This is the shadowing method. It supports more natural speech and improved comprehension. Before ending my workday, I compose a brief overview of my completed tasks. I also write a single sentence in English expressing my current feelings. For instance, I accomplished everything on my list today, and I feel accomplished. My study time was limited today, but I'll make better effort tomorrow. This reflection process helps maintain my motivation. Alright, now it's your opportunity. You can pause this lesson momentarily. Try describing your afternoon, following my example. What activities typically fill your post-lunch hours? Do you attend a workplace? Do you participate in educational classes? Do you stay home for rest or study activities? Use brief, simple sentences. It's perfectly acceptable if you only produce 3 or 4 lines. The objective is verbal practice, not flawless execution. Okay, let's try some sentence opening phrases together to encourage your speaking. I'll provide the sentence beginning, and you attempt completing it. During my afternoon, I typically. Excellent work. After my lunch, I prefer to. Great effort. On some days, I experience. Well executed. I normally take my break around. Perfect delivery. Before my afternoon concludes, I. Excellent job. Alright, now the evening and nighttime hours. Evening represents a special period. It's a time for relaxation and daily reflection. Let's repeat some practical sentences. I arrive at my home at 6 o'clock during evening time. I remove my footwear and settle down briefly for some rest. I occasionally view news broadcasts or play music to unwind. I prepare dinner myself, or I request delivery when I'm feeling exhausted. I consume dinner at the dining surface with my household members. We exchange information about our day and relate experiences. After our evening meal, I tidy the kitchen space and clean the eating utensils. Sometimes, I take a brief stroll following dinner. Before sleeping hours, I browse through a book or listen to peaceful audio. I bathe and clean my teeth. I retire to bed somewhere between 10:30 and 11. Alright, you've just heard my complete daily routine. Now, I want you to express your day verbally. Here's your approach. First, contemplate your daily activities. What time do you wake each morning? What food do you consume for breakfast? Do you work, study, or manage household tasks? What fills your afternoon period? How does your evening unfold? What activities happen before bedtime? You can discuss today specifically or describe a standard day. Excellent work today. You've listened to a complete daily routine description. You've practiced fresh vocabulary. You've echoed complete sentences. And most significantly, you've attempted speaking in English. This represents genuine advancement. You're not merely studying English. You are actively applying English. You are experiencing English, one sentence at a time. Continue building your speaking confidence. Continue practicing your daily routine description until it becomes effortless. Return to this lesson frequently. Listen multiple times. Shadow repeatedly. And with each session, expand your personal narrative. This is English Beyond Words. I'm Mark, and I'm genuinely proud of your dedication. Keep listening actively. Keep speaking courageously. And keep maintaining faith in your abilities. Until next time.